Hello everyone, my name is Pinky Leah, and welcome back to Escape from the Princess. Let's just jump right back into it. When we finished exchanging confessions and gratitude, we hurried to the roof. That's right, she just told us that she was Princess Elise and stuff. There's only a little time left. I try to gather my thoughts after Zara's surprising confession. The news truly was disturbing. I need to focus my thoughts on getting her out of town, but the knowledge that my guest is really the princess and that she's stolen someone else's body has me thoroughly unsettled. I help the witch out of the window, then try to refocus my thoughts on the route we'll need to take to get to the North Gate. I hope we don't bump into any patrols along the way, or, if we do, we have enough time to hide. Yikes. That foreshadowing right there? Driving away thoughts of patrolling guards, I signal the princess to follow me. Princess. So that's what witchy's been hiding from me. Though, can I even call her a witch now? After all, I now know that body doesn't belong to her. I secretly glance at my companion, trying to imagine the fair-haired Princess Elise with her unusual violet eyes. And I almost succeed, at which point I begin to feel somewhat at ease. I mean, I always thought I'd known my guest well enough, but in fact... Gods, I don't even know how I should refer to this fake Zara now. Of course, the princess wouldn't want me to call her Your Highness, but I don't feel privileged enough to not treat her with due respect. I mean, you kind of already kissed the princess if you think about it, so you're already intimate enough to just address her as Elise, in my opinion. Oh, how is it that the truth has caused such turmoil in my heart? Preoccupied with my thoughts, I almost missed seeing a patrol turn down the street. I immediately, without saying a word, grab the witch by her arm and drag her over to the nearest pipe. But apparently I did so too abruptly because the princess, unable to stop in time, slips and quite noisily plops down on her butt. Uh-oh, this is different from before. Usually we hide and have the pigeon. Hey, did you hear something? The guards quickly begin looking around for the source of the sound. I try to swiftly lift Zara to her feet. But at the exact moment, an old shingle breaks loose beneath my foot and falls directly in front of the guards. That's unlucky. Up there! There's someone up there! The soldiers look up and chills of horror spread over my skin. Elise and I are hidden behind a brick chimney, and there's nowhere to run. If the guard decides to search the rooftop, it'll be over for us. Where's the pigeon to come to the rescue? You, and you, on the roof. Search everything. Boop. I clutch the princess's hand and mentally prepare myself for a fight. Of course, I know that a farmer's daughter and a cursed witch are unable to handle so many soldiers on their own, but we can't just give up. Even if our adventure ends here, no one could say we didn't do everything we could to save ourselves. But then Elise suddenly does something very odd. Meow! Meow! Oh my god, that's so funny. Confused, I stare at her. Did the thought of being captured drive the princess mad? Meow! Elise gestures to me to repeat after her. I'm about to refuse, but then notice the guardsmen climbing onto the rooftop have stopped and are now listening. Oh my gosh, they're so cute! Meow! That's adorable. I guess their meows would sound more like a cat's meow, so it'd be like meow, like that. Meow, meow. Elise and I are meowing with all our might, caterwauling like frightened or enamored cats. It's just cats! Abort! Continue the patrol! Those minxes, why aren't they sleeping this early in the morning? They're cats. Who knows what goes on in their furry brains? As soon as the patrol disappears around the corner, I sigh loudly, then stare at Elise. She catches my eye and, unable to keep a straight face, smiles. That was so but effective. Imagine how silly it probably looked from the outside. I start laughing and the princess joins me. Watching Elise laugh, I can't help but think that I'd never seen her as cheerful in her former body. The princess I remember was always somber and silent. I always thought a princess was withdrawn and humorless, but no, she indeed knows how to have fun and is capable of the unexpected. I hope Elise finds her happiness when she finally escapes town. She deserves it. And the mistakes she made? Who hasn't made a mistake? When we're finally back on our way to the North Gate, the sun is already high in the sky. You've been getting up earlier today. Who knew there would be so many unexpected delays? You mean your one unexpected delay? Well, I guess technically two, because she told you who she was. Boo! Guards always getting in the way. I hope the performance troupe is still there. Of course, the note said they wouldn't wait for us if we were late, but who knows? Shiny coins have a way of changing people's plans. Too bad I don't believe in the gods' protection, otherwise I'd be praying to them right now, and that's not new, so I'm just gonna skip. Probably won't skip very long. Yep, there it goes. And I don't even have anything to cover my face. Oh, why didn't I take a headscarf with me? I could really use one right now. Well, skip. I don't like this one bit, but there's nothing we can do. We need to move forward with the plan. Without wasting any more time, I begin searching for the performance troupe's wagons, and quickly see them near the gate. Great, we're not too late. Do we really need to pass through this way? Are there no other options? We already talked about this. The northern gate is the closest one to my house. We would have needed to walk through most of town to reach any of the others. And going back through it now would be more dangerous. Agreeing, the princess silently nods, but it's obvious she's worried. Are you sure you want to do this? We can still go back. Elise studies the guards for a few moments, then proudly raises her head high and says, I've always wanted to be in control of my own destiny. I must go. Oh, a choice. Do nothing, remind her of her duty to the people. You didn't have a plan for returning the body to its owner? Oh, jeez. I'm gonna save. Right here. Just in case. We get a bad ending, we can just load it from here. So, let's see. Does she really want to be stuck in a body that's not her own? If you think about it, if she keeps this body and they never get her, since Zara is in her body, but she's not the crown princess, would they even go on with like the wedding and stuff? Because she's not allowed to wear the crown and stuff, so she hasn't been wearing the crown. Like, what would they even do? But if she gets her body, everyone would recognize her as the princess in the kingdom anyway. She'd have to try and travel to a totally different kingdom without being recognized. Or I could, well, I'm definitely not doing this. This is, I don't think this is a good option for what we're trying to do here. I think do nothing, or didn't have a plan for returning the body to its owner is the best one. But that might get us caught. Let's do nothing. Elise is right. It's her life and her right to do as she wants, although I don't approve of all of her doings. Then let's do it. We shouldn't keep the guards waiting. I glance in the direction of the traveling performers who are clearly waiting for someone. And that someone just so happens to be Witchy and me. Trying not to attract the guards' attention, I casually walk towards the motley group of wandering artists. I hope my outfit will help me blend in with all this color. The witch, who is now following me, looks no different than any one of the dancers. Her exotic appearance suits her well. Although I stand out a bit. Well, at least I have my excellent acting skills. I approach the leader of the camp to inform him of the good news that we finally arrived. But to my surprise, it appears they're waiting for someone else. Are we not the only ones they're taking along with them? It seems another couple is to join the caravan, but they're running late. I wonder who that could be. So they weren't willing to wait for us, but are fine with waiting for someone else? Very suspicious. I hope this doesn't mean trouble. We've had enough of it already. I try to persuade them to leave now, but I'm immediately rebuffed. Apparently they're waiting for one of their own troop to arrive, but I don't care. I just hope none of this has anything to do with my companion. The sooner we get out of town, the better. It's almost a half hour later when the stragglers finally show up. Although I don't recall seeing the guy before, he's clearly a member of the troop, but the girl, I feel like I should know her from somewhere. Oh, we know the girl? Interesting. Cautiously glancing over at the guards, they approach the troop's leader and begin talking to him. It's hard for me to eavesdrop from over here, but it definitely feels like something fishy's going on. It's obvious that the couple are lovers. You can see that from a mile away. The way they hold hands, the way they hug each other, they're clearly more than just friends. Taking a closer look at the girl, I'm able to recognize her. It's the saleswoman from the magical artifact shop in the market. I think her name is Armina, and I'm pretty sure she's married. So that's what this is. The sales girl is leaving her husband behind to run off with this young man. Now this is getting interesting. I noticed Armina holding onto a small bag covered in runes. I wonder what's inside. Maybe she brought some artifacts with her from the shop to sell later? At first I want to glare at the girl, as if letting her know that it isn't right to cheat on your husband, but then I change my mind. She's clearly happy and in love with this young man. Perhaps I shouldn't be the judge of such a situation, especially since Armina always seemed so serious, even sad, when she stood behind the counter at her husband's shop. I have suspected she didn't even know how to smile. How wrong I was. Armina recognizes me and grows anxious, but I hasten to reassure her that I'm not here on her husband's behalf. Understanding that I have no intention of impeding her escape, the girl smiles at me gratefully. Let her do as she pleases. All that matters is that none of this interferes with our plan. With everyone finally here, we can now head out. I'm a little worried, though. I hadn't factored Armina and her lover into my plan, but I try to look as confident as I can as we approach the gate. Once we reach the gate itself, we're stopped by the guards, who inform us that by royal decree, all travelers leaving town must be searched and compared to portraits of wanted criminals. Through the corner of my eye, I notice the witch furiously picking at the ruffles of her dress. She's worried, and it's very noticeable. I hope the guards don't think anything of it, although if I have to, I'll try to distract their attention onto myself. And I'm more than capable of doing just that. Besides, I'm not the one on the wanted list. I should be fine. One by one, each member of our group steps up to the guards to be checked. And with how many of us there are here, the line is unfortunately moving at a snail's pace. I'd almost forgotten what we're doing when it's Witchy's turn to be searched. I make her go first, just in case I need to cause a scene if anything happens. The guardsman begins asking her questions, and the witch sporadically answers. Improvisation is clearly not her forte. But fortunately for us, she's being interviewed by a young and indifferent guardsman who's apparently bored with all of this. Judging by the way he keeps glancing down at his gloves, scratching his head, and then getting distracted by others, it's clear that his thoughts are anywhere but here. What did you say your name was again? Elise hesitates. Did she forget the name she had given him? My name is Mala. The guardsman starts and raises an eyebrow. Oh no, she told him a different name, didn't she? Didn't you say it was Marilla? Realizing her blunder, the witch freezes and begins to innocently bat her eyelashes at the young man. The guard suspiciously stares at her, realizing that something fishy is definitely going on here. So, is that your name or not? Instead of answering, Elise looks at me with a terrified expression on her face. Don't worry, princess. Rosie's here to save you. My sister has 2 names, Mala Marilla. It's really not that surprising, she uses them both. She's your sister? The guard carefully looks us over, apparently trying to see some resemblance between us sisters. Stepsister. I'd been abandoned by my family when I was little, and so Mala Marilla's family adopted me. He must have bought it, since the guardsman merely nods before moving on. As he reaches for the stack of wanted posters, I realize it's time for me to act. Unceremoniously pushing the witch aside, I lean against the soldier's chest and nonchalantly say, Is there anything troubling you, sweetheart? What are you talking about? There's a unique aura around you. Has anyone ever read your fortune? Of course, I know there aren't a lot of performers who are also fortune tellers, and those who are would never act as I am right now. But that won't stop me from taking advantage of the popular stereotype the common folk have of them. I hope my traveling companions won't be angry with me for performing a little comedy. No, never. Oh, you're quite the lucky man, then. I know all about the mysteries of one's past and future, of others' problems, and how to solve them. I'm on duty. That is out of the question. I glance over to the other guard, who's searching another member of the troop. He's clearly preoccupied right now. I doubt anyone will notice, and I won't even charge you. I simply want to help you out of the kindness of my own heart. Now make up your mind already. Do you want your fortune read or not? The guardsman hesitates, and then after quickly looking around, leans over to me. Actually, I do. Voila! Now I just have to keep the active long enough to fool the guy. As I have the guard distracted, Witchy walks on by without being exposed. Come, my dear, ask whatever you wish to know. I'll tell you all about it. I notice the dancer girl staring at me with surprise. Well, excuse me, but I need to play this one through. Come, tell me everything. Well, the thing is, I'm 20 years old, and my parents want me to marry already. But I just can't find a girl I can love. And that's all? Yes, I see your problem. I can also see that you're a prominent fellow, and that you are surrounded by many girls, but none are to your liking. Am I right? The guardsman blushes and timidly nods in reply. Maybe I flattered him too much, calling him prominent. And yet you still can't find the one, am I right? Yes, there are a lot of nice girls, but none that... The guard is now completely embroiled in the conversation and has forgotten about my companion entirely. Success! Then I begin waving my hands over the guardsman's head as if I were a prophetess. And I hear the dancers giggling beside me as they watch. I don't blame them. I'm barely able to restrain my own laughter. Yes, I see. I see. I can see it clearly. And when I see it, it is not a girl whom you desire. What? But who then? You cannot find the perfect girl because one is not written in your destiny. Then what is written in my destiny? What is written is that you should take a closer look at boys. I feel your destiny is drawn to them. What are what nonsense is this? I'm not a pervert. So what, just any mention of gay tendencies is perversion in this BN? Ugh. That's not being perverted. Hush. Quiet, please. The dancer girls are now outright laughing. It's nice having an audience for my performance. You say that now? But I know your kind well, always loudly proclaiming you're not perverts, but once you fall in love with a boy, no one can drag you off of him. But I can't be. Believe me, you are. You are, my friend. I've seen it all. The stunned guardsman falls silent. Apparently, he never thought of it that way, and now his whole world has been turned upside down. Well, so be it. Even if I'm wrong, it wouldn't hurt him to consider it. You're a guardsman and live in the barracks with many handsome boys. Haven't ever paid any attention to them? You change clothes in front of each other. I'm sure you've seen some interesting things, have you not? I'm not sure if it's from anger or embarrassment, but the guard turns beet red and continues to silently impale me with his eyes. Take a closer look at the ones with whom you serve. I believe your destiny is with one of them. I'm certainly not good. But the gods have revealed it to me. Do you dare defy the gods? Now go and choose yourself a handsome man. The guard is totally taken aback. In horror, he looks over at the mounted soldiers. I hope he decides to heed my advice and selects a mate from amongst those brave warriors. Realizing that my job is done here, I head towards the others. Now that we've been inspected, we can head through the gate to freedom. I'm about to pat myself on the back over my amazing performance when I suddenly hear shouting from behind me. Spinning around, I see an angry man rushing over to us, waving a giant zucchini in the air as if it were a club. Is that the girl's husband? That's quite a fantastic sight, but who the hell is that? Stop those gypsies! They kidnapped my wife, Armina! Called it. They're criminals! Arrest them at once! Boob, it's the salesgirl's husband. Now I know why she chose to run away with that handsome fellow. Where is that John and Spook? I know it's him. He stole my Armina from me. Those gypsies will feel the full force of my wrath. I take another look at the size of the zucchini that the man is apparently wielding as a weapon. Well, well, Janet certainly wouldn't enjoy having Armina's spurned husband use that zucchini as... Well, anyway, he wouldn't like it. Realizing the scene that's about to take place, I decide we need to get out of here and fast. Grabbing Princess Elisa's hand, I drag her towards the gate. But it's too late. To my horror, the guards have begun closing the gate. Boop! That fool thinks the performer stole away his wife, and now we're going to take the fall for it. Besides, if this is a kidnapping, then I'm a lollipop. I can't believe they closed the gate. Rosie, what do we do now? We're goners! Stop panicking. There's nothing wrong. My words are interrupted when the mounted guards begin surrounding us. Arrest them all and send them to jail so we can sort out this abduction business. Boo! If we end up in jail, then Witchy will definitely be found out in no time. Boo! But Armina, why does she have to run away with her lover right now? Seeing that the situation is starting to get really intense, I whisper to the witch that we need to run. Uh-oh. I see another bad ending. At the same time, I notice Janud standing in front of Armina, ready to fight. How noble, yet incredibly of him. Not only is he severely outnumbered by the soldiers, but the law is on the husband's side, not his. Oh, why do I always have to be the one who saves everyone? I take a deep breath and with all my might call out to the loving couple. Run, you fools! Janos and Armina turn to me and I start running, dragging Witchy along behind me. The lovers quickly react and follow us. Well, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind. It's going to be much more difficult hiding the four of us now. I just knew that one day my kindness would be my downfall. But there's nothing I could do about it now. We all need to hide. Besides, Armina seems so happy with the young lad, and for some reason I find myself worrying about them, almost as if they were family. Oh, just how did it get so sentimental? Running from the guards, we begin to zigzag through the narrow alleyways, hoping to lose their tail. Now I know how a rabbit feels when it's being chased by dogs, and I don't like it one bit. Finally, I noticed empty wine barrels on a wagon near the old wine shop. They look big enough. One could easily hide inside. Stopping abruptly, I tell Janos and Armina to jump inside the barrels. And I'm like 100% certain I'm saying his name wrong, but I don't care. There isn't enough time to hop into barrels ourselves. The guards will be here any second, so Zara and I decide to crawl underneath the wagon. There's not much room under here for the both of us, but I rather like it. It seems we're relatively safe now, and I can finally breathe again, but the witch is lying on top of me in a very compromising manner. The thought briefly drives all fear from my mind. It feels like there's no one here but us. I can feel Witchy's chest heave as she struggles to catch her breath, her weight pushing me into the soft grass beneath us. Unconsciously, I adjust the rhythm of my own breathing to match hers, and we're now breathing as if one single entity. And that is a wonderful place for us to leave off. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!